Trailer breakdown. The very first shot of the trailer here is stock footage. It was confirmed in Doctor Who magazine very recently by Russell T Davies that this is actually a stock bit of footage, which is really cool. Kind of funny that the first shot, and this I think will be the first shot of the episode as well. They've used it in quite a few trailers now. They kind of mentioned it. It seems that this is going to be the case, so maybe it will be the first shot of the trailer. Who knows? Maybe not. So we get the Donna dialogue over the top of this, and we get Donna talking to her mum. Nothing really too much to break down there. We have seen this footage before. We've seen this dialogue before. It's a little bit extended this time. We've got a shot of the Doctor running through what looks like some sort of hole in the wall. It's unclear what episode this is from. I would think because of the blue lighting in the background, we're looking at Wild Blue Yonder. But I'm not really sure, to be quite honest. The sort of warehouse... The Wild Blue Yonder looks like it's based on a spaceship. This warehouse aesthetic gives it sort of Earth vibes, so I'm kind of thinking it could be any episode. But who knows? Who knows? It's interesting to see how that wall's been broken down. I'm presuming the Doctor didn't just smash through it. So we've got a shot of Donna here as well. So again, unclear as to where this is. Likely outdoors by the looks of it. Not really sure what she's looking at. Could be the TARDIS. Could be something familiar. Could be something... Yeah, there's not really much to break down here. Yeah. So we get this, again, the dialogue with Sylvia and Donna, which again is really good. You get all this sort of foreshadowing. That must be quite a scary conversation for Sylvia in the Star Beast about Donna kind of remembering something. But I wonder what's brought this on, because obviously we had... she didn't remember anything after Journey's End and then the End of Time. There was no essence of this sort of like... this dreaming, this sort of wandering. Donna's always been very much just that kind of person as she is. So while she doesn't remember the Doctor, it's interesting that maybe over time things are starting to seep through. A lot of people have pointed out that the shed in their back garden is painted TARDIS blue. Donna's daughter is called Rose Noble, which is interesting as well. So yeah, that could be seeping through. So maybe just over time, more and more stuff is breaking. This is a shot, again, unclear from what episode. Looks like a similar sort of warehouse, so probably could be the Star Beast, like the first episode. And it looks like there's police lights, as you can see on the Doctor's face. There's kind of like a flashing blue light there. So maybe some sort of police investigation. I would guess, just going off what we know, that this is from the first episode of the Star Beast, and this is at the site of the spaceship crash. We know the spaceship came down, and the Doctor obviously wants to investigate that. He seems to be hiding behind some sort of car. Maybe it's the taxi that picks him up from Camden, but he sort of seems to be hiding here. Obviously there'll be police around a crashed spaceship, cordoning off everything. Again, more continuing this conversation between Donna and Sylvia. So we've got a shot here. Again, what could be the crash site. You've got that flashing blue light. No ladder in this shot, but it does look like it could have been a reverse of the other shot that we just saw. So a lot of people are saying about the comic, The Star Beast. Now, I don't know anything about the comic. I haven't read it. I don't really know anything about it. And to be honest, I've heard that there's like obviously some twists and turns in that story. So I don't really want to like... I don't know, I don't want to read that and spoil this for myself, because I don't know much about it, so I'd rather just enjoy it. But it's good that they're referencing some stuff, and if you think that that's right, then this means it's obviously from the Star Beast episode. Again, looks like a warehouse. You've got the flashing blue lights in the left-hand corner here. Big warehousey vibes up here as well. This could be at any point during the 3 specials. It's a very, it's a close-up of the Doctor. We've seen this shot before. This is my area of expertise. So I work near Camden, so I'm kind of in and out of there pretty much quite often, most days a week actually. So I know exactly where this is. This is where we obviously saw a lot of filming being done. Anyway, this was the same street that was blocked off for filming around that time when we all saw them outside Cyberdog. This is the reverse of Cyberdog, so we can kind of see that. The TARDIS landing there, which is where it was during the filming. We've seen all these shots before. This is right at the front of Camden Market, right next to the rail bridge that goes above the main road. This is right next to the canal bridge as well, and the main area of Camden Market. Quite a big open space, and from filming information and like clips of filming that we've seen, we can assume that this is the first time Donna and the Doctor meet. The Doctor doesn't know that this is Donna at this point, I don't think. I believe that this is the Doctor trying to work out what's going on, where he is, all that sort of thing. Something's brought him back to Earth, or maybe he's still coping from the regeneration, we don't really know. And Donna walks up to him with a big stack of boxes covering her face, and he's like, oh, I'll help you, helps her with the boxes, removes a box, sees that it's Donna, and then puts a box back on and walks off and is like, oh shit. So that looks like this scene. And you see the boxes are stacked quite high there. And then right after, you've got Donna holding boxes, but not the same boxes, a lot less boxes, so you can actually see her face. This is the reverse of the other shot. Again, knowing Camden inside out, I know exactly where this is, and it is an exact reverse. Oh, my lovely voice break there, George. Nice one. Yeah, this is the reverse of that. I know both of these locations, and they are very much there. I've been to that Polish hot dog place behind Donna here for lunch many times. It's a good place to eat. Not sponsored, it's just bloody good food. That's the kind of breakdown you weren't expecting. As you can see as well, you can see Rose right next to Donna as well here by the looks of it. I think we know Rose is going to be in this scene. It's going to be one of the many reasons that the Doctor is kind of engaged with this story. Obviously, he sees Donna immediately. He's like, what? And then it's trying to like go away. And then she's like, Rose. And then he's like, wait, what? So there's a lot of, there's a little bit of that. We get a lovely flashback here to series 4. Wonder why we got this shot. Now, this is one for the fans. I don't know. Which episode does this shot come from? Because it's not Journey's End, is it? Because he wears brown in Journey's End. As we see in the next shot, we got the Journey's End, Journey's End, Journey's End, Journey's End. But thank you very much for the super chat. Very, very much appreciated. Hopefully that pops up on screen. It might not. But that's from Jamie Dodger, who donated £2 and said, Donna is brilliant, sod the haters. So, if anyone, I don't know, does anyone know where this screenshot? Waters of Mars! Well done, everyone. That's great. Could be Waters of Mars. Oh, yeah, it is. It's the whole Time Lord Victorious thing. So that's interesting. Why would they use this shot? Maybe it's just a good shot of the 10th Doctor. But it's not related to the story at all. Unless we're going like Time Lord Victorious kind of stuff. Or maybe it's just because he's wearing a blue outfit and it connects it a little bit easier. I'm not sure. So we get all this Journey's End, Journey's End, Journey's End, Journey's End. We're Doctor Who fans. We know what this is. We don't need to sort of go over this. This shot's been used in a lot of trailers. But what we didn't know is that the Doctor's talking to the character that was announced. I can't remember the character's name though, so someone's going to have to remind me. I think the actress is Ruth Madeley, I think. I can't remember if her character name has been announced yet. But at a guess, I would say she potentially works at the warehouse. She's called Shirley Ann Bingham. I don't know if anyone got there before me. But her character name is called Shirley Ann Bingham. Nice one, Alternate 13th. So we know now that Tennant is talking to Shirley in this. Why is he telling her this? Is she a representative of UNIT? Is she a representative of something else? Does she work at this warehouse? I'm not sure. But this character is in the Star Beast. Is she probably is an important character. Because why is Tennant telling her this? What is her role? So I'm kind of want to like divulge a little bit more on that. Let's actually talk about this. Let's have a look at what it was actually said about this character. So, in the other promo photo we see of her, in the same outfit, she's in like what looks like a warehouse. So what did she say? She said, you're going to love Shirley. You're going to love the episodes, or episode, who knows. All I will say is whatever questions you have, my answer will be guess, which is not very helpful at all. But, yeah, it's fun. The photo doesn't give us much information, but she could be like a sort of Osgood character, I guess. Something along those lines. I'm not really sure. But it's interesting that the Doctor's telling her this, and I wonder if she's got something to do with Donna's memory coming back without, like, killing her. Here we've got the Doctor and Rose. Of course, Rose being Donna's new child. Not really a child. But, yeah, as you can see, this looks like just after the ship came down, as we'll see in the next shot. You can see a lot of the members of the public kind of standing and staring. This is, again, right outside the Polish hot dog place, just for reference. You can see the sign over there. I recognise it. Love that place. So a lot of people with their phones out, a lot of people filming it, seeing what's going on. I feel like this shot comes before the last one, because it seems to be like after something's already happened. But weirdly, it seems that, like, if there's nothing in the sky, and then something kind of explodes into existence. So maybe it was some sort of invisible ship. Then we get another reaction shot. But one thing I will say is, either this is after the ship's already crashed down to the ground, or this is something else that they're reacting to in the same scene, because you've got everyone looking like across, like at eye level, which the ship wouldn't be at any point. You know, maybe it's crashed, but it wouldn't have crashed super nearby, right? Who knows? I'm not sure. You've got another shot there above the rail bridge that I was talking about over the main road of Camden. That ship just kind of powers past and kind of hides between the clouds a little bit. You're talking a little bit as well about, you know, the Doctor being like, oh, a spaceship just crashes in front of her. I'm trying to remember what it said. It's like something's drawing us in. Is that what he says? I'm trying to remember here. Hang on. Let me turn it up. It's like she's drawing us in. Or like something's drawing us in. What's drawing us in? Like, is Donna drawing them in? Surely not, right? Unless maybe they're talking about that. I'm not sure. But these look like the Wrath warriors. I don't know how you pronounce that. But it looks like their ship that we saw from one of the other trailers. Like a very big, tall rocket ship with a weird looking face on the end. And then we've got a shot here which looks like it's in the back garden shed. We know that Rose's character seems to befriend the Meep, played by Marion Margolis, of course. We know that she seems to befriend the Meep. So we're expecting this to probably be the shed that she's actually hiding the Meep in. And obviously she doesn't know maybe about the Donna stuff and the Doctor and all that sort of thing. But maybe they go into here. Donna gets a bit freaked out, taps the thing in the eye. So actually we can probably go back and see what the subtitles were. Crash right in front of her. It's like she's drawing us in. Maybe us is like the aliens. So us as in like the Doctor, like the Wrath, the Meep. So then we got that. So obviously we've got the unit, seems to be storming in here, in front of Donna's house. So he's obviously trying to find Donna, maybe, and work out what's going on. Maybe he went to the ship crashing and then realised that something is at Donna's house and was like, oh, we've got to go back there. He arrives and unit are showing up because the Wrath Warriors are also after the Meep. We don't know what it's making you seem to believe. They're obviously coming back from the shed here. A little bit of a reference to Rose there with the looking through the cat flaps, or David Tennant looking through the letterbox to see what's going on without sort of making himself known. Obviously he spots the Meep and tries to intervene. Sylvia's trying to hide any sort of reference to like aliens or anything like that. Got meat, which is great. And Donna's just confused, obviously referring to the meat as a Martian, which is like her thing from way back in the Runaway Bride. Obviously gets smacked by Sylvia, which obviously hasn't happened in a while, but it's good to sort of see that a little bit. It's a bit of an old gag at this point, but it's pretty fun. And then you've got the Wrath Warriors, seem to be shooting something upwards. And then you've got the Doctor here as well, seemingly being shot at by unit soldiers. You've got some sort of force field here, which is interesting. But it seems to be being shot at by unit soldiers, which is super interesting. So yeah, I don't know what that's about, but pretty interesting. I wonder why unit are shooting at the Doctor. Maybe are they protecting the Meep, and unit are coming to acquire it. You've got this shot here, which looks like it could be from Wild Blue Yonder. I don't really know what's going on here. Like, what has he seen? Is that shock, or is that excitement? Is that a grin? Like, what is that expression from David Tennant? It looks very strange. But he seems to be like sort of launching himself out of something here, which is quite strange. Probably mind-controlled by the Meep. Oh, you reckon? See, there we go. There's a little bit of a something that I didn't really know the Meep could do. So that's interesting. That's obviously directly from the comics. I don't believe in Destiny, but if Destiny exists, it's coming for Donna Noble. We've heard this before. That's Tennant standing up there next to Donna. I think these sort of things here, this shot here is from Wild Blue Yonder. Wild Blue Yonder seemingly the one where Tennant takes off his coat. So that could be the interesting indicator there. We've got Donna as well on a ship. I think this isn't what you might think it is. I don't think this is from Wild Blue Yonder. I actually think this is from the Star Beast, and I think it's actually the Wrath ship. And I think Donna's running through that. I don't know why I'm getting that vibe, but I just am. It doesn't feel as high-tech or as sort of neon blue in colour as to the ship from Wild Blue Yonder. Got Donna's house being basically like her patio doors being sort of exploded. They're all obviously running away from these unit soldiers. Makes you kind of wonder why they're all sort of attacking each other. But we know from the filming that there was Wrath Warriors there as well, so that's also interesting. And this is from Wild Blue Yonder, so this is where you get the sort of neon blue aesthetic. So the Star Beast, you got Beep the Meep, you got the Wrath Warriors, you got the return of Donna and David Tennant as the 14th Doctor for the first time. And Wild Blue Yonder, we don't really know anything about. It's the one on the spaceship. It's not the one with the toy maker, although the toy maker might be involved across all of them. Wild Blue Yonder is the one we know very little about. So yeah, we've got this, which seems to be Wild Blue Yonder because that ship aesthetic. This isn't Wild Blue Yonder. They do a very good job of mixing these episodes. I think even though he's just got the waistcoat on here, this looks like unit headquarters. You can even see Kate Stewart's hair in frame here as we pan past, which is quite fun. We can see the city burning in the background. We can see a bunch of stuff. With this being unit headquarters, with this being the burning, I would think, and obviously the unit soldier's arm pad in the bottom left there, which I know you can't really see, I would immediately believe this to be The Giggle, the final episode where the Toymaker takes over and something's going on with the city. And then it cuts. Obviously, I've got a memory from a long time ago. That's referring to the Toymaker. This is from the Bristol filming. You've got a big portrait of a clown on the wall there. Great reference to the original Celestial Toymaker. Neil Patrick Harris's interpretation here. Everyone running riot, fighting each other, killing each other, maybe. We've got Donna here as well. Unclear as to what episode this is from. Given there seems to be some sort of heat waves in front of this, it's kind of making you assume that it's going to be the fire from this here, but I don't think Donna's in this scene at all. I don't remember her being there for the filming. I actually think this is from the filming at Camden Market. If you watch some of the filming from Camden Market, you'll know that a few of the stalls did get blown up, and something does happen at Camden Market during the day. At the beginning of the Star Beast, the Doctor arrives at Camden Market. Obviously, it's at night time, the spaceship crashes, all that sort of thing. But we do go back to Camden Market during the day. A lot of the filming that we saw actually was for during the day. And the filming included none other than Wilf Mott, Donna's granddad, who is completely disappearing. He's not in this trailer at all. Obviously recently passed away, Bernard Cribbins. But he is in this shot. And I know a lot of people have already spotted it. But the top of his flat cap can be seen right at the bottom of this frame here. We know from the filming he wears a flat cap, and we know he would be in a wheelchair, as per the filming as well. And we can sort of see the right sort of height difference there. So I believe that's Wilf, and I believe this is from the Camden filming. I don't think this is from the Bristol filming, from the Giggle. So I think this actually could be from the Star Beast, unless this is from one of the scenes in Camden Market. Maybe the implication now is Donna lives near Camden Market, hence why a lot of the filming and shopping and stuff was done there. So maybe this could be from the Giggle, maybe this could be a different part of the story. However, I feel that the reason they haven't announced Bernard Cribbins, haven't shown any of Wilf, is simply down to the fact that I think, obviously, he's passed away, but also I don't think he's going to have a massive role. He was obviously old when he played the role in this anyway. I think he was in his 90s. Have a look. I mean, he passed away when he was 93. So, amazing that he was even able to do this one last time. Absolutely incredible. But I feel that it's probably going to be quite a minor role. So they probably don't want to put him in the promotional material too much, simply because he's not going to be a huge part of the stories. He's not going to be a huge part of the characters or anything like that. But he'll probably have a few really nice moments, which will probably have even more emotional context with, obviously, the actor's death in real life. So this is from the Giggle again. We've got the unit HQ, this whole spinning shot around. He's talking about the toy maker here. Something's coming back after a very long time. I've got a memory, all of those things. He's talking about the toy maker. Got the Bristol filming. This is going back to the Star Beast. This is the alleyway from the Star Beast. Again, very conflicting with the dialogue and the visuals, but this looks like it's from the Star Beast. We've got Rose meeting Beep the Meep for the first time, probably before the Meep gets hidden in the Donna Noble shed. So they're talking about monsters. The Meep is, of course, talking about the Wraith Warriors there, or the Wrath Warriors, or however you pronounce it. Then you've got the toy maker. Here, after, I believe, the reveal from the toy shop, I think we're going to sort of see a scene in a bit where the Doctor and Donna walk into a toy shop, and he's there, and he's like, oh, you're recognising me. This is probably after the Doctor's already recognised him, so this is when the toy maker's probably already established. Again, you can see that big clown mural in the background there with the diamond eye. This is from Wild Blue Yonder. We see a scene in a bit with the TARDIS being sort of jammed into the wall with the red lights through the windows. It's a very quick cut, so you'll be forgiven for missing it, but we'll get to that in just a bit. That's from the same episodes, from the same scene. There's a little bit of dialogue here where we've got Donna and the Doctor talking about the TARDIS has run away. I'll be careful not to get copyrighted here. Interesting at this point that Donna obviously knows what the TARDIS is now, has obviously now travelled in the TARDIS. It seems like, and we'll actually probably get to the end of the Star Beast in just a bit, but yeah, Donna's got her memory back here. They're not hiding that, so maybe that's obviously a key important thing. She does remember she's coming with the Doctor on a little adventure. Either she was going to do that originally, or she hasn't meant to and has ended up just tagging along. Looks like the TARDIS disappears and materialises accidentally, and also lands here and kind of drops them out and then disappears. So we don't know exactly what's going on there. But this ship is that sort of neon blue aesthetic. It's where all the interesting stuff is coming from me personally, because it's the episode we know the least about. We don't know anything about Wild Blue Yonder, bar the fact it takes place on a spaceship. Looks like it's just the Doctor and Donna, and it looks like it's going to have some very traumatic moments for the Doctor in there. Great comedic timing here, obviously from them too. Classic. We've got a really great camera movement here, which I love. I don't know who the director of this episode is, but it's excellent. With the comedic timing of Donna and how, you know, Catherine Tate performs this line, then we get a pushback from the camera on that line, spin round the Doctor, and follow Catherine Tate as she walks towards the camera. Really, really cool. Not sure what she's pushing here. That seems to be Donna. Obviously the same sort of red jumper underneath the coat there. Smacks it. Done. Maybe that opens a door or something. Not really sure. Oh, God, we're getting to a good point with this. We've also got... Right, Tom Kingsley apparently is the director. Then we've got a gorgeous shot of London here. Again, already quite a lot to break down. So this is the London skyline. There is a lot of stuff on fire, probably due to the Toymaker's influence. We know that with some upcoming dialogue, which we'll talk about in a minute, that he seems to be able to control the human race for some reason or another. I can't remember exactly where in London this is, but this is near the Tower of London. Not quite the Tower of London, but near enough to it, so it does make sense for a unit HQ. The unit HQ is not a real building, but it does look very modern aesthetic. It looks very realistic, but I'm hoping it doesn't get blown up. I'm thinking the reason they've probably done this whole building thing is so that through Ncuti's era, and hopefully beyond, the unit are going to have one base. Like they did in the 3rd and 4th Doctor's era. We don't need all these different things going on. We just have one big base, and that's that. So, yeah. So you've got fan speculation has led to us working out how he controls them. We think. How do you think? I'm interested on that theory. We can also see 2 helicopters, one with the Doctor in at the front. We know that from the next shot. And then we've got one helicopter holding back here, carrying the TARDIS on like a little winch chain type thing. Very similar to the 50th anniversary Day of the Doctor, so that's really cool. A little visual reference there. Obviously the Doctor isn't in the TARDIS this time, so that's good. They seem to actually have been picked up in the helicopter, so maybe there'll be a reference to Day of the Doctor there. Again, we can see that with this shot. You've got the Doctor keeping an eye on the TARDIS, likely, or just looking down on the city in a bit of a hellscape that it is. Yeah. The new unit tower, again, I think looks brilliant, actually. I love the design of it. Obviously not a real building, so the CGI looks great, actually. The landing pad, it's very Avengers Tower, and I think they know what they're doing with it, but I think it's really cool that we can see this landing pad coming into use. We've seen this quite a lot, so let's see a lot in there. So we believe that he's using the very first TV transmission to broadcast this giggle inside everyone's heads, which is what the face on the screens is, the puppet Stooky Bill. Yes, I've heard of this theory, and it's a very good one, and I think it probably is going to be accurate. There's a lot of references to Stooky Bill and the original TV broadcast there, and by using that, maybe he's making everyone go mad. And that also relates to the last trailer as well, with the episode titles where the Doctor is like, hang on, what is it? What's the exact line? I can't remember what it is, but it's something along the lines of, you can see Stooky Bill on the TVs in the unit HQ, and he's talking about his like, he's driving everyone mad, like laughing at the human race. That was the line. So that's probably what's controlling them. You're very right. Good spot. I didn't think about that. So then you've got them after landing there. Got a unit soldier in the background and a helicopter assistant in the background. You've also got Donna here next to the Doctor, which is great. We're going to keep an eye on a lot of the placements on this helipad, because there seems to be a lot of stuff that isn't adding up in this trailer that a lot of people have pointed out. So let's see. You've got Kate Stewart, obviously, returning. Love Kate Stewart, great character. And she's wearing a little armband on her arm, which was also seen being worn by Mel in the announcement photograph for Mel's return. Now, that announcement photo was also on the same helipad. So although we know Mel is returning, filming for Series 14 with Ncuti Gatwa on her moped, what hasn't been announced is that she probably will be in the 60th anniversary as well. So there's that, because obviously there's sort of theories about this armband thing. If other unit soldiers are wearing them, which you can't really tell, but I'm getting it. I mean, you can't even see. There's a character behind here, which I'm not going to move everything around. There's a character behind here where I can see a sort of little white stripe maybe on her arm, but I'm not really 100% sure. If other unit characters have got this sort of device on their arm, it would lead me to believe it works in a similar way to, if you remember the Wedding of Riversong, they all wore eye patches in the base to stop them from being affected by the silence. I think this is the same sort of thing. I think they wear the armbands to stop them being affected by the toy maker. Unit have that technology, or maybe it's something else entirely, but both Kate Stewart and Mel are wearing those armbands. Either that, or it's just a standard unit badge, but if it is something story specific, then it means that Mel will likely be in the giggle. And we can see this Shirley character here again, right on the side, which you can't see unless I move the chat. She's there again. There she is. So that's quite interesting. Wonder why she's there. Obviously, we assume that she might have something to do with unit, so that could potentially be interesting. Same sort of characters as before, and we can also see that Shirley is wearing the armband thing as well. So that's good, and it looks as if the person in the background here is. Sorry. It looks like Shirley's wearing the armband here, and it looks like the person in the background is also wearing that armband. So it does lead me to believe that it is something to do with the effects of the Celestial Toy Maker, and not having an effect. But we'll have to wait and see. So this matches up with that shot. You've got the soldiers here, on the sort of helipad. Great little unit helipad, great little set design here. Hoping we'll get a lot of use out of this. Good CGI as well, because we know this obviously doesn't exist, so it's really cool to see that just kind of implemented at the top of a building with an actual helicopter. Looks great. This is back in the Bristol filming again. You can see the clown painting in the background behind the chat there. So yeah. How do we fight the human race? It shows that obviously everyone seems to be attacking each other. That line kind of opens it up to, again, the toy maker getting in everyone's heads. And if you've ever seen the film Kingsman, a little bit like that, where everyone's just sort of attacking each other and trying to kill each other and hurt each other. And that's not very good. So there's a lot going on there. We get a few shots of likely what was happening at the Bristol filming. That tree that's fallen over in the background there, I believe that also matches up to here. You can see the car in the background here as well, which seems to line up to this car on the side of the screen here. So I believe that's just a sort of another shot from down that angle, down that way. You can't really see people attacking each other, but you can see people kind of running around. There's a car slamming into another. This could also be that same truck here. Blue car, grey sort of truck, grey truck, blue car. It seems to line up. And you've got two people scrapping here, which looks like a police officer, so someone in high-vis here. And it could be someone in a suit, maybe, and someone in a blue suit, so maybe that's a little bit after. But these shots seem to be intercut with each other in the actual episode as well. They seem to match up quite well. So that's good. And then we've got this scene at Camden Market. This was actually seen being filmed. I actually saw this get filmed in person. I was actually there watching this bit. So in this bit, you can see Sean, Temple, Rose, and Sylvia all sort of standing around screaming at the TARDIS, wondering what's going wrong. Rose shouts, "Mum," which initially, when that was being filmed, led us all to believe, of course, that Rose was Donna's daughter, which now we know is pretty much confirmed. So something seems to be going on in the TARDIS here. This will probably be at the end of the Star Beast, and my guess is that the story resolves itself. Donna gets her memory back, but doesn't want to come with the Doctor. She's got a life, she's happy with her life, and decides to sort of have a look and see what's going on. And kind of see the TARDIS again for one last time. The Doctor takes her into the TARDIS, shows her, and something happens. So there was a theory about Donna spilling her coffee on the TARDIS console and it kicking off. Or, as always, the TARDIS could be forced off by the toy maker. It could be something along those lines. Stop asking where's Northall, man. You're not even fucking funny. And then, yeah, so that happens. The TARDIS seems to have some sort of issue here. It's not just dematerializing, it is actually just having something go wrong with it altogether. This is back at the Bristol filming again. We've got unit vans seemingly coming here. And the Doctor looks up, and there's a really, really interesting shot here, and they are genius for this. I've spotted this. It doesn't mean anything, but I've spotted it. This shot and this shot are not from the same scene. I don't even think they're from the same episode. They might be the same episode, but not the same scene. This scene here is from the Bristol filming. It's from the tree. You can see this what looks like unit jeeps in the background pulling up. You can see Francomanca in the background as well. And you can see David Tennant look up. I think maybe this is where maybe unit pick him up in a helicopter. I'm not sure. Potentially. Who knows? Whereas this shot, I know this because it's in Camden Market. I recognise these buildings. I see them every single day. This is in Camden Market. It's a very different scenery. These buildings are old brickwork. This is very modern high street. Very different vibes, different times of day. So they're just two where he's just looking up. So very good shout from that. I don't think it means anything, and I can't infer anything from it. Other than there is a plane crashing into Camden. So either... My reckon would be that Donna now lives near Camden, and basically what is going on is that this is episode 3, this is the giggle, and the Doctor's coming back to maybe drop Donna off, and then is spotting all of this stuff going wrong. Because this seems to fall in with the Toymaker storyline of the human race going mental and all trying to kill each other. So yeah, but that's what that looks to be. Something has entered this world. This is a really interesting shot. I have a feeling this will be the Toymaker materializing, maybe. I can't tell. This doesn't really match anything that we've seen or heard quite yet, but there looks to be like some sort of humanoid body underneath that. I can sort of see a head here. I'm getting like a body, kind of ribcage vibe here, and then arms that come off the side. But I'm really not sure. It's quite hard to tell. But I'm assuming it's a Toymaker. You know, I haven't finished that story. I watched the first 2 parts last night. Couldn't get it finished. But I'm assuming he gets locked out of the universe or something like that. So maybe that's something along those lines. Then we get this sort of toy shop again. We get the Doctor walking into the toy shop with Donna. And then we get the Toymaker behind the counter. Maybe this is someone they've interacted with before. It's not like a huge deal. The whole Toymaker vibe. I think that potentially, because we know, I think from one of the other trailers, and we'll probably have a look at it in just a bit as well, we see someone walking into the toy shop. But it doesn't look like modern day. It looks like from the 60s, maybe the 50s. Maybe even earlier. Maybe the like 20s or something. I think that could be the Toymaker is the one who makes Stooky Bill for whoever the original creator of the TV is. I think he makes that doll. This is a doll making thing, puppets, wooden stuff. It's an old style shop, and I think he is the one responsible for that. As the Toymaker, he's trying to manipulate the human race, so he does it years and years and years in advance to mess with everyone. So I reckon he's the one who makes this wooden Stooky Bill toy that is broadcast on TV. I'll show you the other trailer in a bit with the episode titles, or you can look it up yourself. There is an old clip of someone walking into this toy shop, which looks like it's not modern day. So I reckon that's it. So yeah, and then obviously this could be modern day. Or maybe not. It's unclear. But we've got this sort of vibe of, oh, he's recognizing me, which is obviously, this is probably the moment the Doctor clicks on that this guy isn't just an innocent guy who works at a shop, but is actually the Celestial Toymaker. Which is not a theory anymore. That has been 100% confirmed by the BBC, that this character is called the Toymaker. So yeah, very, very cool. And then we've got a shot of something going into the earth. Not sure what this is, but it could be a similar location to that warehouse that we spoke of. I'd even actually say that this is the Wraith ship or the Wrath ship or something. It looks to sort of match that aesthetic when you look at this big metal leg here. Although the whole thing of the earth being destroyed like this, with the sort of ground ripping up, especially with this shot, seems to line up more with this, the Giggle and the Celestial Toymaker kind of story. And you can also see as well in the background, and I think this probably will be the Giggle, but maybe, this is where I'm waffling now, Beep the Meep ship or the Wraith ship or whatever, but I think that plays into the Toymaker. I think this is still from episode 3, I just think we've moved past that, but the ships are still there, and they're utilised as part of episode 3's story to sort of break into the earth and destroy it. The only reason I say this is because in a future shot we can see the Toymaker with a giant cannon, and you can see the Shard on fire in the background, whereas this shot, you can see the Shard in the background, and you can see it is not standing tall. There is not a sharp end. It looks like it's basically had the top of it completely blown clean off. Not to mention all of London is falling apart. They wouldn't do that 2 episodes apart. That'd be really weird to have that happen twice. And then we've got a shot of the Toymaker just kind of running past a soldier, like a unit soldier maybe, hence the open fire command. He's wearing a new outfit here, which he wears in the same scene where he's sort of throwing the roses in the air. Really cool little scene, very musical-esque, so we'll see where that goes. But I actually think this does match up with the Kate Stewart scene. I think he's trying to kill Kate Stewart here. He's running at Kate Stewart. That's the vibe I'm getting. Maybe it's that, maybe it's something else, but I think it's in the same area. You've got this Toymaker-style door from the toy shop. It's got the clowns on the door. It's in a significant part of the episode, but it seems to be in Unit HQ. So I think that is maybe a pathway into another realm, something very Celestial Toymaker-y. But this is the outfit he wears with the roses. He seems to be angry and running at Kate Stewart. She's ordering them to fire. There are other soldiers lying about there, but I think this could be in the unit base, but I might be wrong. It's quite hard to tell. We go then back to a shot with David Tennant in the noble household with the back doors being blown open. Oh, the toy room. Yeah. That's a good theory. Let's go there. If the shop isn't the toy room, then this door definitely leads to the toy room. I think that the shop was maybe knocked down years and years and years ago, but Unit have preserved the door. And the door specifically is some sort of gateway into this realm. So that would be kind of cool. So we've got from the Star Beast, nothing too bad here, just the Unit soldiers blowing up the back door of the noble household. The Doctor and Donna hugging. We can't really tell where this is background-wise. This is Wild Blue Yonder. And we can see David Tennant screaming, why does it have to be this? I haven't got any theories. I can't help you. But he's screaming at something. I have a feeling, and a lot of people have had the same theory, it's quite a boring theory in my eyes, because it's not new. I want to give you guys something new to think about, but this isn't very new. Everyone's talking about this. 60th, I can't say it. 60th anniversary, you've got a lot of stuff going on, and I think this is very much to do with maybe reliving old memories. Maybe he's reliving some traumatic memories for the Doctor, and he has to sort of take those in a sort of same way that we can have character cameos from old companions, old Doctors maybe. The best way to bring them in is through flashbacks, little cameos, little quaint things, without them having to come back and be like a multi-Doctor special or anything like that. It's clearly not going to be a multi-Doctor special unless they're being very secretive. But this second episode, Wild Blue Yonder, seems to be hiding a lot of stuff that we don't know. A lot of it's redacted and a lot of stuff we don't know. And it seems to be torturing the Doctor. Why does it have to be this? He seems to know what he's going through. Maybe it's some sort of traumatic memory. I'd like to think it would be. So, interesting. Hope we see more of that. This is a great shot. So we can see that door again. That door to the toy room, if you will. Maybe this is the other side of the door. Who knows? But Tennant seems to look up here. We've got a sort of lightning pattern echoing over his face here in terms of lighting. And then we've got a big sort of wall here which matches. So I like to think this is definitely part of the same shot. I know we've got a lot of shots of Tennant looking up and not matching the next scene. But that door in the background there matches up to the one that was saved by Unit. He looks up and there's a giant toy maker with puppet strings. But my question is not about like, oh, how cool this shot is. The shot is amazing. The CGI looks great. What has he got on the puppet strings? It looks like he's either basically like lifting one puppet of someone up, or maybe it's two separate things. I don't know, but it's very intimidating and it's very, very cool. It's very cool. It's giving me like Scarecrow from Arkham Asylum vibes. I said that on Twitter and I stand by it. Toymaker-esque, very, very cool, very creepy. Can't wait to see what this is all about. But this is definitely going to be some sort of reveal, some sort of very serious climactic scene, I feel. And then we get Tennant screaming. Again, no coat, blue neon light. I think this is Wild Blue Yonder reliving these experiences. So that is interesting. I don't know what is going to be this traumatic, but I'll tell you now, I want to know nothing more about Wild Blue Yonder. I don't want to know a single thing about it. I want to just go in completely blind. And yeah, I'll take any promo material we get, obviously, and probably talk about it on the WHO Bulletin here on YouTube. But I do not want to see any more. I am super happy with not knowing anything more about this episode. So we've got the helipad again. This is the interesting shot. Because we can see the Doctor running out. We can't see anyone behind him. There is no one in the background here. Just him running as the gun turns. He hasn't got a coat on, but he's running at the camera. He's running at the Toymaker. The Toymaker sat in yet another outfit here. In this gun. Now, someone's pointed out that this cannon is a galvanic cannon. Galvanic radiation was mentioned in the episode Midnight, so that's a little interesting Easter egg or something along those lines. Very interesting. So thank you for that, Dan Ben. That could be super helpful. It looks like he's blown a hole in the shard in the background, so this is probably the beginning of that evening where the whole world is shattering, or maybe this is the climax. But interestingly, then we cut to a shot where we can see all of the characters. We can see a bunch of people. This is where things get interesting. We've got Kate Stewart here. Donna, no armband, interestingly enough. You've got Shirley here. And you can see in the reflection there are a couple of other people here as well. Now, a lot of people are assuming this reflection here in the window, whoever's standing here with something in their hand just out of frame is going to be Mel, which is super interesting. Looks like they're holding like maybe part of the door or some sort of thing. But what's interesting about this is it doesn't match up to this next shot at all. It doesn't match up to this. Where are all the characters? I think they have been airbrushed out. I think they've been airbrushed out to avoid spoilers, to avoid the idea of Mel being in this. I think they're trying to avoid that as much as possible. But I think she is in it. Yeah. Someone is there, and they're being purposefully hidden from frame. So I think that's interesting. And then we've got editorial error. I mean, maybe, but Doctor Who has a habit of hiding things out of trailers all the time. Don't remember we had the Series 12 trailer, and Sacha Dhawan was hidden from all of the marketing, despite being in some of the shots they used in the trailer. So it wouldn't be the first time Doctor Who's done that. It would be a bit of a strange one, and definitely when we actually see the scene, I guarantee there'll be other characters there. They wouldn't miss that big of a glaring continuity error. This looks to also be in Wild Blue Yonder. Donna's holding her hands up at something. Is someone pointing a gun at her? Is someone threatening her? We don't know, but it's interesting. And then we get this bit. We don't know where this is from, what episode this is from. I'm presuming it is from The Giggle. The Doctor's saying he doesn't know if he can save Donna's life this time. But Donna seems relatively... Oh, God. Donna seems relatively accepting of this. You know, she doesn't seem scared by this information, which I think is interesting. The next shot I love. So we've got the TARDIS spinning around in a really small enclosed space here, jamming into the wall, like we saw earlier with Wild Blue Yonder, leaving that dent that we saw. And then the red windows, you know, very, very interesting. So this will probably be where the TARDIS gets damaged. For some reason, it's been dragged into this sort of facility, and the Doctor and Donna have got out, and then the TARDIS disappears completely. So that's interesting. Maybe that'll be the catalyst for the interior to change. Maybe, who knows? We've got Unit firing at the Wraith Warriors here. This is a really cool shot that isn't getting talked about enough. So this looks to be something to do with the Toymaker's realm. You've got all of these wooden doors, again, with exactly the same pattern. You've got diamond and hearts on the lights on the wall. Again, referencing the Celestial Toymaker's original story with the playing card themed characters, like the King of Hearts and all that sort of thing. And you've got the entire background falling and smashing. That final frame there, you can see a big white light in the background. I think that is the thunder lightning that we saw from the previous one with Neil Patrick Harris with the puppet strings. I think this is some sort of Toymaker realm, maybe the toy room, and he is basically controlling everything that happens here. He's the celestial godlike force in this realm, and this is going to be a thing that the Doctor and Donna need to escape from. This isn't the real world, but I think it's very, very cool. And then we have Neil Patrick Harris in that outfit that we talked about before with the roses. Here he is again, with the roses, throwing them into the camera. Maybe this is some sort of musical number. Maybe it's not. We don't know. Could be the unit floor, because it's very white and polished. The next shot we have shows the Doctor, what we saw from one of the other trailers, and we can see Stooky Bill in the background, the wooden puppet that I theorised that the Toymaker would probably have made, and the thing that is inside everyone's head, the thing that is giggling and driving the world mad. I think that is Stooky Bill, and I think that's what we can see in the background there. Worldwide premiere. He's probably talking about the beginning of the end here. He's... maybe this is some sort of puppet show or something like that. I'm not sure what this is referring to. Maybe the broadcast of Stooky Bill, maybe all this other stuff. We don't know, but it's very cool, and it's useful for a trailer. It's good marketing. And then Ncuti Gatwa, the 15th Doctor, stands right in front of us here in this sort of orangey realm, wearing a new outfit that we haven't seen yet. This is sort of purpley and looks to have buttons on there. So it looks to be like some sort of long coat or army jacket, purpley colour, which looks really cool. And there we are. Very, very cool image. Great shot. Very exciting. Probably at the end of the giggle. Given we have a shot of Ncuti Gatwa in Tennant's outfit, sort of going, what the hell is going on here? I feel what's probably happened is, my personal theory. So yeah, I saw a lot of people saying this. You can hear Geordie's regeneration noise in Ncuti's clip. Now, I agree, you can, but I also think this is a trailer. I think this is just a stock sound effect that they have access to, that they used for Jodie's regeneration. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's like a correction of the original regeneration. But I also don't think this is the same location that Jodie regenerated in, so I don't know why they would make that connection. It is just the regeneration noise, I think. But, you know, everyone has their own theories. That's mine. It's not for everyone to agree with, but I quite like it. I quite subscribe to the theory that the regeneration went wrong, probably because of the Toymaker, and this is everything going right, basically, at the end. So, yeah. Very, very cool trailer. One of the best ones we've had in years for Doctor Who, I think. I've genuinely felt so excited watching this. Shows you everything you need to know, but not too much. Doesn't spoil anything, but gets you actually properly excited. But yeah, that is that for the trailer breakdown. Let's have a look at what you guys have to say on Twitter.